Establishing a new job in CYMA's job cost system. In Maintain Jobs, select New, enter your job number. This is a new job. Define the customer. It's the Elite Home Builders. What is the job type? It is a construction job. Who is the project manager? Nick Bolden. What is the contract number? 777-888-11. I am going to budget this job. I have 5 budget methods to pick from. I'm going to budget it under the cost code budget method. The start dates are 01/01/07 and it's to be completed 06/30/07. As you can see, I'm already 44% complete in the number of days on this particular job. I'm going to post all my job costs to cost of goods sold, and I am going to apply total cost to this job to all my indirect costs for both overhead and for G&A to arrive at a total cost on the job. The invoicing method that I have selected for this job is the fixed price invoicing method. However, I could have selected, if it was appropriate, the time and material, and I could have identified direct labor as being invoiced by actual cost and or a skill rate. If I check the skill rate, I might also say that, hey, there's also a fixed fee on this job. I'm going to make $5,000 on this job on my last invoice when it's completed, and I need to invoice that $5,000 under my fixed fee product ID. There are some tasks that need to be completed. I need to do a site preparation on this particular job. I've assigned that particular task to cost code 100, and that's to be performed by Slim. He starts it on 3/21/2007. He finishes it on 3/21/2007. I also have another task that says, hey, I need to go out and order some materials, I'm sure, based on this particular site review. I want those materials to go to my site prep material cost code. And that's going to be done by Jim, but I don't want those things to begin until 04/01/07. And my final particular task is to actually do the installation. Can't do the installation until I receive the materials. So let's say it's interior labor is where that's going to occur at, and I'm not going to be able to get that until 04/05/07. And it's going to take me 60 days to complete that particular task. Contacts are anybody that I need to be able to contact to get the job completed. The activities, there are no activities at this point because there's been no cost recorded against the job for us to have activity on. Labor, product, and pricing, I don't have any special pricing characteristics for the job. The GL accounts, I'm just going to post everything back to my COGS GL accounts that I had established back to maintain configuration. Nothing particularly unique about this job that I need any more visibility than what I have today in my job cost system. So I'll maintain jobs now. I've set up a job for a customer called Elite. The job type is construction. Here's the project manager. There's its start and an end date. There's the contract number for the job. I'm going to take the cost to cost of goods sold, and I'm going to apply overhead to make sure that I have a totally costed job, i.e. the direct cost and the indirect cost. There is a testimony or a tutorial on the budget methods, but if I wanted to establish a budget for the job, all I would do is hit this particular tab, come into my budget grid, and I can either do it in estimates or I can do it in totals. I add $5,500 here, and anytime I use that cost code, I get a markup of 25%. The next cost code is I want to do this particular cost code, and it's going to be $18,900. 20% markup, that's the value there. I have another cost code where I'm more familiar with. There's going to be 2,500 of these units, and there's going to be at $7 per, so that provides me my budget amount. I know units and dollars now, and again there's a 20% markup. So this job has a value of $50,555. When I click OK, you'll note that the original contract amount now appears on the financial summary information at the bottom of my new job. And there's its contract amount. Also, I get a kind of a financial recap. My costs are going to be $41,900, and I expect to make about $8,655. If I was to save this job at this point, I've now established a new job where I can post costs to the job. I've established a very obviously preliminary budget. I've established a invoicing method that I'm going to do this job under, and I'm ready to go and start to work on this particular job and get my costs recorded. So let me just go ahead and save this job. And I want to show you another neat little characteristics of the system. Now, if I want to bring this job back up, and I want to copy this job. We did this job one time before, and I want to copy this job over to another job. Now when I do that, you'll note that all that I really need to do is come in and say new job. Okay, we copy for you the budget information from that old job, if you will. We ask you to provide a start and end date. Okay, where do we default in for you the cost of goods sold? Still you want to apply overhead and do those things. This is a new job, so you probably have a different contract number, so you need to put that in there. The invoicing method is, for this particular new job, it's no longer time and materials, it's fixed price. The task, same task, just a different start date. You have to give us that start date. Okay, but you have now established a new job with a budget to begin with, where you had to provide a couple basic pieces of information, and you're up and running and you're going. And you can see where if you have a job with a big budget, getting that initial budget over to the job, this new job, would be save you a lot of time and key punch to produce the new budget. And also, if you have, let's say, 100 tasks against a job, instead of having to go in and add those new tasks to this new job, all you have to do is go to the task tab and just change the start date for the tasks that have been assigned from the old job to this new job. Okay, so then when you hit save, you now have a new job. And if you go to browse on that new job, that was the job that we had before, and that's our new job that we just opened up, and then now they're both available to the system to go use.